First of all, I want to congratulate all the fellas out there in the crypto space that survived the sea of red. If you're like me and you bought at the dip and now you're seeing your profits, give me a like, give me a subscribe, give me a comment, tell me you're happy because I am. But let's look into 2018. What kind of investment opportunities should we be looking into? Because if there's anything that 2016, 2017, especially has taught us is that the industry prefers the players that solve huge issues, not only within the blockchain space, but within the old or conventional industries that have already existed for so long. Number one for me is put your money where your mouth is. Okay. I, as a musician, am looking for ideas, projects that are going to solve for a lot of the pains that I go through as a musician day to day. So that means that when I see a project with a good team and a good roadmap and a good project, not only is the fundamentals of the project sound, but they already have a working platform that looks good, that functions well, and that is already solving for a lot of people's issues, that is where I'm going to be putting my money because in the future, that product is going to give me a lot of value. It's going to solve for a lot of the issues that I'm having to deal with within my business. Two, I need to have a clear vision of the future. In other words, I need to have a clear vision of how this technology is going to be disrupting the industries that currently exist in the next year, next 2 years, 3, 5, 10 years, so that I can make my assessments in terms of, essentially what projects to be confident of, what projects to stay away from, how to manage my risk more intelligently, and make my money work for me. Three, I'm going to be seeking value, not profits. In other words, I'm going to be seeking projects that have a lot of value embedded into them. Not necessarily projects that are promising me a lot of gains and returns, because again, if the product has a lot of value in the short term, in the medium term, in the long term, it's going to solve for issues for lots of people and essentially eliminate a huge pain or headache that currently exists in the industries, then that is precisely the product that's going to give you profits. So, what do I value for 2018? Okay, there's five things that I'm looking at. Number one, no particular order, are decentralized apps and decentralized application stores. We already have Google Play, we have the App Store. That sort of gives us an environment for developers not only to showcase their projects, to consistently update their projects, keep track of users, what people think about the project, how they want the project to improve, etc. The decentralized version of that is going to be a big deal in 2018. Currently, we do not have such a store for decentralized applications. We don't even have a standardized list of decentralized applications that people are seeking. Two will be fees, speed, scalability. What I mean by that is that I'm looking at technologies that are constantly trying to improve these three issues that we are seeing with cryptocurrencies. Okay, with Bitcoin, of course, we already know fees are a huge issue. With Ethereum, scalability was a huge issue. So any project that is going to actually solve for that in a significant way. And again, they have a working platform and are promising an application that is easy to use and accessible to its users. I believe, again, those kinds of projects are going to continue to be in the top 10 as they have already for the past few years. Decentralized exchanges are going to be used more often than our popular exchanges like Coinbase and Gemini. I wholeheartedly believe that because already new users are beginning to see, like, for example, Coinbase has weird premiums on the prices simply because they can't agree on the global price of a commodity, or they have huge fees, or they are prone to maintenance shutdown all the time. These are the kind of things that decentralized exchanges are going to solve for average users. And again, they have built-in incentives for all their users. They're more secure, they're essentially feeless. And I believe these are the kind of exchanges that are going to essentially take over or completely replace the conventional centralized exchanges that so many of us are using today. Infrastructure coins, infrastructure projects are going to allow developers to circumvent so many of the communication, the storage issues with the current infrastructure upon which we develop our applications and our systems. So, again, for the financial institutions, this is going to mean a transfer into the decentralized infrastructure ecosystem. And these kind of applications or these kind of projects, I should say, like Chain, are going to be huge in 2018 and for many years moving forward. Finally, we're looking at general game changers, essentially products that are solving for huge pains in current industries and, for example, the insurance industry or the way in which we keep track of car repairs, or even the way we deal with online education. There are already projects that are essentially incentivizing students to actually do their work with cryptocurrency. Incentivizing students to actually do their work, that's really never been seen before. So it's going to be very interesting to follow how these kind of blockchain solutions are going to impact education, car insurance, or medical histories, etc. So that was my spiel on investments and looking for value. If you agree with what I'm talking about, give me your likes, give me your subscribes. Make sure to hit that little the bell notification on the side of the subscribe button so you actually see my videos when they are uploaded. And if you don't agree with what I'm talking about, then tell me, because I want to have a discussion with you guys and see what you're thinking, especially my musician friends that are following this tech and are hopeful about what it's going to bring them in the future. But without further ado, I'm feeling pretty good about myself. It's the sea of green, the algae have percolated to the surface, and now I can gently row down the stream. And I'm thinking about bringing my guitar on the boat and playing a lick for you. This is a open triad lick in F major. What we're doing is basically creating counterpoint by holding the third of the chord and playing root, fifth, major third, and fourth, or raised fourth, depending on the chord quality. Let me show you what I mean.